Hello, hello, hello. Hello, everybody. Small crowd today. See, not too many people. See people in chat though. Hello, hello. Hello, Joanne. Hello, Kevin. I sound okay. I remember last week, or not last week, the last time I streamed, someone said that my audio was a little low, so I adjusted it a little bit. So hopefully I'm a little louder. But if you want me to make it a little louder, I guess I could adjust it a little bit more. Show me how to animate. Hopefully I'll be able to show you a little bit. Hello, hello. Violet Evergarden. Kate. How do you say your name? Cadeward? Cadward? It's like Edward, but Kedward. And then we got Fatma? I don't know. I will probably try not to pronounce your names. Because I'll probably butcher them. And, yeah. It probably won't sound great. How long we got? We got 5 minutes. We'll start in 5 minutes. Something like that. Hope everybody's having a good weekend, though. Hope everybody's doing good. Let's see. What should I draw? Which program am I using? I'm using Krita. Or well, right now I'm using Krita. Yeah. I kind of flip-flop, you know. Sometimes use Krita, sometimes use Sketchbook, sometimes use Clip Studio. So yeah, kind of flip-flopping every now and then. I shall start animating soon. Oh, sweet. Hey, you're gonna animate with me? That's awesome. I am just kind of drawing something random right now. I don't know what I'm drawing. Like some kind of cow skull. I don't know. It's not a cow skull. I don't know what it is though. It's like some unused bionicle design is what it is. Bionicle, like, do Lego actually, you know, I haven't kept up. Do Lego still do like make those like crazy figures? Who, I don't know. Like, I think the last time I saw them do something was like Ninjago. Ninjago was like the last thing. But yo, Bionicle, that was Lego in its prime. They had a money making machine with that. They do. They have more. They have new things. Oh man. Greetings. Hello. Hello. Glad you could join us. I'm just doodling before we start. I don't know what I'm doodling though. It's kind of just off the top of my head, kind of at the moment. Just kind of going with the flow. See what I think of in the moment. Maybe it wouldn't curve down that way. I don't know. But we will be animating some wind related element, or not element. Well, the wind is the element. The wind will be the topic. Have I ever used Toon Boom? No, I have not ever used Toon Boom before, but I have heard it can get quite complicated because you can do quite a lot with it. So I've heard mixed things about it. Some people really like it. Some people find it kind of complicated. Um, but no, have you? Has anyone used Toon Boom? I mean, it's kind of expensive. So that's also kind of why I've never really tested it out before. Because it's unless you're going to school, and you don't and you get it for free, Toon Boom's kind of pricey and everything. So I don't know. Mercury Filmworks. Oh, yeah, I think most 2D animation studios use Toon Boom. Um, just because like you can also do rigging on it, so you can do drawings, but then you can also do like rigging of like 2D characters and whatnot, kind of like how Flash used to be back in the day. But I don't know, not too sure. I know that sometimes for anime they do use Clip Studios, sometimes for like animation studios. So there's that. Just kind of neat. But at the end of the day, animation's just finding the software that works for you. You know? Yeah, yeah. I don't think it's like a I don't think it's a wide majority of people who use Clip Studio, but I have heard that sometimes studios do use Clip Studio. That's like such a weird jumble of words. Some studios use Clip Studio, but yeah. Sup? Hello, hello. Okay, I guess we'll start now. It's no longer 5 minutes. We are starting. We'll start. I guess it should just be we'll start. We'll start uh now. We'll start now. Woo. Okay. I bet Clip Studio uses Clip Studio. I'm sure they do. Can you imagine you go to their studio and they're just using Photoshop? We use Photoshop to enhance our Clip Studio software. Okay, so gonna get started. Before we start, just a little bit of housekeeping, and then we'll get into our. I think today is the last day we are doing the monthly challenge kind of highlights, where we get to show off the people who submitted for the monthly art submissions, and then after that we'll get right into animating. So hello everybody, welcome to our live stream. If you don't know who we are Wing Canvas. We are a YouTube channel here. Here we go. We are a YouTube channel, as you can see, since you are watching us live, or maybe you're watching the recording. But we're not just a YouTube channel that puts up a lot of tutorial videos and videos about art advice and art life. We are also a website where we have a lot of different types of classes, ranging from beginners to more advanced. So if you ever are curious about leveling up your art skills, feel free to definitely check out our website. I teach some of the classes there. For example, on Tuesdays, I teach the Animation Mentorship. And today, during the morning, I taught the Drawing and Painting Mentorship as well. So if you are curious about maybe like enhancing your painting skills or learning really, really technical kind of tips and tricks to get better at drawing characters or people, the Drawing and Painting class on Saturday mornings at 10 o'clock Eastern is a great class to check that out. And if you enjoyed the stream and you enjoy our video, feel free to drop a like and subscribe. This is a good way to keep updated with whenever we upload videos or whenever we're doing streams, because we're constantly scheduling streams out ahead of time, so you know what's coming up. And if any of them kind of tickle your fancy, you'll know when to wait for those. And if you would like to support us, we also have a Patreon, and with the different tiers, you also get different perks. So there are badges, there are emotes, but you'll also get behind the scene footage as well as monthly class recordings. So if that does sound interesting to you, definitely go check out our Patreon. And at the end of every stream, we do post the videos. So for this one, I am animating, so the clips will be posted on our social media. So if you haven't checked us out, we are on Discord, Instagram, and Facebook, and that is a very, very good way of taking a look at the final paintings or the final animations, and you get to see it in all its glory and not possibly on a tiny little screen or on your phone. This way you'll be able to zoom in and really take a look at it. So definitely follow us on our social medias. That is a good way to keep up with any announcements, as well as we do make announcements on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, as well as Discord. So yeah, with housekeeping out of the way, we will now get into the monthly challenge. So if you guys didn't know, every month we have a monthly challenge where people on our Discord are able to submit pieces that are the submission, I'm like blanking out on the words, but basically this month was the month of elements, and so a lot of people in our Discord community uploaded drawings for the monthly challenge of the elements. And so I think this week or today is the last. I know English can be hard, my brain is like bleh right now, but today I think is the last day, as today is the last day of September. And so I don't think Iggy tomorrow will be going over those. So yeah, so we're just going to start it right off, and I don't think we got too many more submissions either. So this was kind of essentially the last batch of submissions, and we're going to start off with this first one by Cheese Bags. It's a very interesting name, but yeah, this is the one that's going to start us off. I thought this was really, really cool. The rocks did make me a little unsettled. I don't think I have I can't remember that triptych. No, the phobia where you have a fear of like holes and pores. This one kind of gave me a little bit of it, but I did think like the hair is really cool, the face is drawn really well, and I thought the rocks were really, really well rendered. And trypophobia, yes, it gave me a little bit of it, but not too much. But yeah, this one, I thought the rocks were really cool, and I'm noticing this now that the rocks are actually following the flow of the face, which is, that's not something I would have expected to incorporate, but that's kind of cool actually, how the rocks follow the curvature and structure of the face. So really nicely done, and really love how the hair is and how it kind of goes around the head and then goes down what I'm assuming is the spine or the back of the character. So yeah, good job, Cheese Bags. And also a very nice name. And then the last one is by Aro Class, I think. I don't know, Icy Mode, I guess. Really cool drawing of this character, I'm assuming is fire, in the palm of their hands. I really love the particle effects and how it's kind of, the effects that are going up and the change in color. I also really like that the fire is obscuring the fingers a little bit. So really cool angle. I like the lower camera shot looking up at the character while the hand is really close to the camera holding the fire. So really nicely done. I thought it was really, really cool. And then our last one, this one is probably the most full, I think this is the only full body one. Yeah. So this one, I guess, kind of works for multiple ones, because I think last month was fantasy prompt, and I think like usually during May we do like the whole mermaid one, so I feel like this one kind of ticks all those boxes. But I thought the water is rendered really cool at the top. It looks kind of like a texture brush, but it works really, really well, because I think the kind of these specular highlights or like these hot spots really sell like the water coming down. And I think the way the figure is drawn is also done really well. Lighting super consistent. Really love the pose. Look of the character looks really good. So yeah, good job, Zeron. I'm hoping I'm saying the name right, but yeah, really, really cool submissions. And I think it was actually kind of hard finding any remaining submissions, because it is the end of the month, and I think we kind of tackled most of the submissions. So this is the last batch. And this was like a really cool month. Really love all the submissions that we've been seeing so far. So yeah, thank you everyone who submitted this month for the monthly challenge, and you have next week, or probably maybe tomorrow, to see what the next challenge is gonna be. And again, always excited to see what the community comes together and what they're able to come together and draw. So yeah, great work everybody. Woo. Okay, yeah, it looks awesome. Yeah, I am only now reading the chat. Okay, so today we are going to be doing a wind themed animation, and I was thinking about this because I was like, man, wind, that is a hard one to animate. I feel like there's usually different ways that you can approach animating wind, because wind is, I would say, both wind and blurt, not blurt, dirt. I don't know why I say blurt, but both wind and dirt are kind of passive elements, whereas like fire and water is very active visual elements. It's very easy to just draw like, oh, here's a fire and fire is moving, and it's very easy to animate that. And then you also have yes, dust. I was also thinking about dust. And then you have water. So last time I was streaming, if you guys remember, we animated a water drop. So that's also kind of easy to draw because you just draw the splash and like the ripple effects. And not that it was easy, but it was kind of like there's something to latch on. But it's like dust or dirt and wind, especially wind. Wind's invisible. You can't really, like, what do? You can either do the, the whole Avatar or Last Airbender, Korra kind of approach where you draw like a big poof of wind or like a gust hitting the wind or something like this. Or you draw this stereotypical like, oh, leaf blowing. My English is not working well today. Holy. But yeah, you can do the whole thing where you have an object moving in a direction and then you draw kind of like the trail path to imply wind. But like, how do you actually animate wind? Because it's very it's implied rather than shown a lot of the times. So for today, that's kind of what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be showing a sequence where I'm implying wind and not just animating like, woo. I mean, I could do that. That's like one way that we could do it, where we draw the stereotypical swirly lines for the wind. But I thought it would be kind of challenge myself to animate a sequence where it's not just, where I'm not just drawing the wind, but I'm showing the kind of action and influence of wind. So yeah, wind makes things move. That's true. So that's what we're gonna be doing. And if you guys are kind of curious, like, oh, well, what's he gonna do? How's he gonna do this? Oh, hello, Breslin. Welcome. Keep it up. So cool. Yeah, my English, right? So, don't know how. This is kind of character that I designed. I thought it would be kind of neat to design a very big, bulky kind of dude who will be blowing out some candles. So a tiny little candle off to the side, kind of like maybe over here. There's like a wick and he's blowing it out, kind of thing. Maybe something like this. But we're going to start off with the sequence or action of the character over here, kind of like moving back, building up the anticipation for getting ready to, build up some air and then blow out the candle. So this is my way of kind of showing a sequence where we can show and imply wind rather than drawing the little woo kind of thing to blow it out. Maybe, we can add it in later, like the little swirly line to blow out the wind, but for now it's mostly just going to be the action to build up the sequence. So that's what we're going to be doing. And partway through, the character design, might change a little bit just to aid in the sequence a little bit. Like, I might simplify his body because right now it might be a bit too complicated for the amount of time that we had, but for the most part it's gonna stick to something around this. It's gonna look something like this for now. We'll see how it goes as usual, but yeah, we're gonna get started. And if anybody is gonna animate alongside, whether you're following this or you're kind of doing your own thing. If you're new to Krita and you do want to check out Krita's animation kind of software and how to use it, in order to bring up the animation timeline, you do go to settings, then we'll go to Dockers, and then we'll go to animation timeline. And there we go. We have an animation timeline all set up for us. And all these things that Krita so lovingly already pinned onto my timeline, I actually don't need any of this, so I am just going to unpin all of these. I'm going to make a new layer, and we'll call this, maybe for now, we'll call it Rough Pass. Rough Pass 01. I don't know if I'll do multiple rough passes, but for now, we'll just call 01 for now. Labeling is a big, important part of animation, so just going to do that. Fire and air. That is true. Fire will probably do something a little bit different. Fire is a little bit easier to animate, but yeah. I don't use Krita for animation, too laggy. Oh, really? Oh, so what do you use for animation? Is it a clip-a-clip? Flip-a-clip? Flip-a-clip. Maybe. I know a lot of people tend to use that one. Krita can be a little bit demanding on the computer if it's not that good. I do say that try out Sketchbook. Autodesk Sketchbook tends to be not too bad of a one to start off with. Okay, so like usual, clip start, gonna change it to 1. Now this sequence, I feel like it's gonna take a while. It's gonna take up a good amount of time, maybe like 10 seconds or so. So just to make my timeline not too long, we're gonna start with around 40 frames. And again, as usual, gonna keep it at 24 frames a second. I'm gonna go to frame 1. I'm gonna put in a blank frame so that we got something there. Just gonna check my onion skin. I think everything looks good. I'm gonna turn on onion skin, which is over here on the left. And yeah, I think everything looks good. I do have some shortcuts placed already, so if I'm like not clicking anything and you're like, oh, how did you do that? Or how did you play without clicking on the play button? I did kind of assign shortcuts to those buttons, so yeah. Okay. Do you like animals? I mean, yeah, animals are cool, you know? Just like, just yeah. I mean, like, who doesn't like animals? You know, I have a dog. Dogs are cool. Cats are cool too. My dog is actually kind of more like a cat than a dog. I feel like, you know, he kind of just sticks to himself, kind of chill. Okay, so if you guys remember, I'm not going to put the design of the character on the screen, but this is kind of the guy that we're drawing. And my thought process for this is that he has a pretty large boxy shape. So ahead of time, before we started streaming, I actually took a reference video of myself blowing out kind of an imaginary candle, kind of doing the motion, doing the pose. And what I'm going to do actually is to simplify my character into a big boxy kind of cube or gelatin shape. And I'm going to kind of simplify the head and the body into this block so that I can exaggerate it. And so this way I have a good gesture mapped out, and I have a good kind of, block in of what I want the motion to be, the build up, the timing, so that I can map it all out on a very, very simple shape like this before going into something complicated like that. So that's why in the beginning I said I might change it a little bit, the design of the character, because I am starting with this first. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, it does kind of look like a pillowcase, so I am approaching it in that way. Something very, very simple. So, okay. And we're gonna start, I'm gonna stick with this big brush. Let's kind of lower it. My brush stylus has been a little bit wigging out lately, so if it does kind of spaz, that might be why. Okay, and I'm not gonna draw the environment or anything, but I'm gonna just kind of map out roughly how tall he might be. Now, in my reference, I am kind of slouched and sitting down because I want there to be a big change in motion. So I am kind of hunched over. My head is kind of leaning down a little bit. I am going to draw kind of like the center line, so I have a rough idea as to how my body is sitting and the kind of mannerism that my body has. And okay, and then we're going to go to the next one. Let me see. Just want to check I have the settings correct. Okay. And then I think I have a little bit of a build-up anticipation. Yeah. SO, Kevin, you gotta remind me. Does that mean shout out? you gotta update this old guy on I can't believe I'm calling myself an old guy. I'm not that old, but does it mean shout out? Yeah. Okay, awesome. I got it. Okay, so in my reference, I start off kind of hunched over, and then in order to build up the fact that I'm about to, suck in a big breath of air, I actually lean my head forward a little bit more to kind of, you know, kind of build up the momentum. And then there's a big change. I like take a big breath, and I lean back, and I kind of puff out my chest a little bit. So if you are joining us and you're like, what does this have to do with air? This probably is going to look really confusing, because it's like, what is he drawing? Why is he drawing it like this? And don't worry, I'm hoping that all of this will make sense very, very soon. So, yeah. So imagine this part is my head, okay? And I'm like leaning back, and then this part is my body. I'm like puffing out my chest, leaning back. I might have changed the volume of the pillow a little bit, so I'm gonna just kind of readjust that. Main keyframe times. Yeah, exactly. I'm not worrying too much about like the all the details. I'm just kind of building out the gesture and the momentum of it. Kind of going along with the movement, along with the motion. It's kind of like gesture drawing. If you guys have ever done gesture drawing or life drawing before, a lot of the times it's just capturing the essence, the stuff that is important, and seeing if you're able to capture the stuff that's important. And then I start leaning forward, and I'm kind of, my head is starting to come forth, and my body, it's still kind of bunched up a little bit, but not too much. And I'm going to be starting to move inwards a little bit. So this is going to be kind of my base. This is going to be what I'm going to be using to help form the structure of my sequence. Probably shouldn't move it too much, or else it'll appear like it's vibrating a bit too much. Gonna put the previous frame on. Yeah, that's a bit better. It's not wiggling too much. Okay. Green is previous, so I think I'm gonna readjust this again, so that, because I'm changing the form and the volume of the pillow. I guess in this case it's kind of like, it's pretty much a pillow. Changing it a bit too much, so I kind of want to just block it out better. Okay, bye-bye. The easing be going crazy. Yeah. Showing my artwork. Oh, hey. Oh, cheese bags. Hey, you're here. Yeah, I mean, I love your name. You have a very you have a very funny name, so I liked it. Let's see. We're on frame 5 right now. And so right now, my pose is that I'm leaning. I'm going to have a little bit of a dipping motion, and that's kind of the motion that I'm trying to convey at the moment. And I'm starting to hunch my back a little bit more. So that's kind of what's happening over here. Having a little bit of a transition. Now, you'll notice that I'm not really worrying about my my frame spacing right now. I'm just laying it down, just marking the key frames, not worrying too much about like, am I getting the spacing right or the timing. Just now, all I'm doing is just marking down what the main key frames are so that it'll be easy to kind of just go and see what I need to work on. So let's just flip through it just to see how it is. Yeah, it's not too bad. I think this one might be a bit too much of the same one, so I might take that out. Or, I don't know. I'll have to readjust it a little bit, but right now the leaning forward's looking pretty good. Okay. So what ends up happening is... Oh, did I change brushes? Whoa, I changed brushes without knowing. That's interesting. Okay, so right now, I finished moving down, and my body, I've noticed in my reference, is that I'm actually moving back up. So I'm sticking my head up. My head up is starting to come back out. And maybe something like this. We'll refine it over time, but right now, kind of just seeing how the head pushes forward. And this is actually a holding pose. I might push it forward and up just a little bit more, and I might tilt it, just the angle, a little bit, and smoothen this part out. A little bit, especially layers. Organization tips? Yeah, layers. I mean, that's kind of how it is for any digital drawing software, I would say. Layers is a big part of it. If you're drawing something simple, like just one character and the pose is constantly changing, I would say like one layer is fine unless you're really nervous about messing up, I don't know, the clothing or something like that. But you know, if you're animating something like straightforward, one layer is good enough. But later on, if you need, like if you're animating like hair or you're animating a secondary character, it probably would be a good idea to have another layer to animate on. So I can always create a new layer to animate on. Like I could put a blank frame on paint layer 2, draw something, and then draw something again. So, you know, you could do that if you want to, but you know, it's dependent on how complicated your sequence is. Okay. So I went up, and then I think when I'm retreating, I'm actually going back a little bit. I'm going back, but I'm going up. So my motion was kind of like this. I went down to blow out the candle, and then I'm going back up when I'm kind of repositioning and straightening up my pose. Okay, and then continually moving back. I'm just trying to capture for those joining, or those who are like still, I don't understand, what is he doing? I am just trying to lay out the overall motion and kind of trajectory of the pose right now, instead of like drawing all the tiny details. So it is going to look a little like goofy and a little kind of wonky at the moment because I'm just kind of drawing the overall pose of the character. Somebody put it as like it's like a pillow, and that's pretty much what I'm doing. I'm trying to just keep it like that. Keep it very simple. I definitely kind of made it a bit bigger as I got near the end, so might have to adjust it. Okay. Oh, is someone asking like how do you adjust? Adjust their workspace? Yeah. Oh well, if someone is curious, my workspace, blah, blah, blah. I haven't changed it in a while. I forgot where. I think it's window. Yeah, yeah, window. Uh, Technically, I am using an animation workspace because the default has you see this top layer bar on the top with all the like the magic wands, the cropping tool, the brush tool, line tool, all that kind of stuff. This bar was on the left hand side going vertically down, but with the animation they want to give you as much space um, vertically, so that's why they move that toolbar up to the top, so you have as much space, kind of, as much as possible. But then I also moved some stuff manually. So in the animation layer, there's no color tool. Like this thing is not there. I believe it doesn't come with the brush set. So you just have to go back to Dockers and manually select them. And then I just manually put them back in. So, yeah. Hey, Iggy. Hey. Oh, that thing. I was not going for that. That's kind of funny. Yeah. I'm kind of like, okay. Yeah, I think I kind of, he definitely got way too big over time. And spacing's not really a thing, so I'm not really kind of keeping track of it. But I think what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna clean up the motion a little bit so the motion makes sense. So I guess that's why we have Rough Pass 2. We're gonna just call this Rough Pass 2. And I'm gonna put a blank. Gonna lock the first one. And yeah, I'm just gonna, oh, also gotta turn down the opacity. Okay, I'm actually gonna change to a new color. I'm gonna go to red so I can see it. Keep puffing, yeah. Yeah, he definitely got a little bit too puffy. Got a bit too puffy. I'm gonna use this brush instead. The other one was a little bit too heavy-handed, so I'm just gonna go down a little bit. Okay. How much time do we got? We got so much time. Oh my goodness, I am good for time. But maybe that's a little bit of hubris. I'm a little like overconfident at the moment. We're gonna sit his body kind of maybe at this angle, something like that. Is it a Meat Boy? The one where you play as a meat boy? Super Meat Boy. That's the game. Is it that? I heard that's like one of the hardest games like ever. Like it's like a really tricky platforming puzzle game. I don't know if that's the game you're talking about. Classic? No? Oh. I've never played it just because of the reputation of that game. Like I saw it and I was like, "Oh, yeah, that's not a game I want to play." uh I saw it and I was like, I don't want to pull out my hair or anything. So I was like, I am not gonna play that game. I've never heard of these games that you guys are talking about. An iron box? You gotta fit in. Oh, is the one where you gotta flip it and you gotta flip it in the right order to get into the hole? It's like a puzzle game, right? Yeah. It's Dark Souls but puzzle. Uh, it is that game? Yeah, okay. I've also never played that game before, but when I did see it, I was like, yeah, this doesn't seem like my kind of game. Uh, okay, let's see. Box is going this way. I'm gonna try to maintain the volume of the character. I think I wanted to exaggerate the form of the character, but I think I kind of pushed it too much. I made it too exaggerated. So I'm gonna just try to clean up the form a little bit and try to maintain proportion a little bit more. Because he was stretching a little bit too much, so I'm just gonna... I still want to exaggerate, but maybe not as much as I did in the first go at it. Yeah, it looks a little bit better. How you doing? Favorite game? Favorite game of all time? It's I don't think I can say it, but it's a PlayStation exclusive game. It's one of the most controversial games of all time, or not controversial, most divided game of all time. We'll put it that way. Yeah, but I really love Cuphead. I'm trying to platinum Cuphead right now, and I am on Isle 2. I'm on the dragon right now, and I dread it. I hate that dragon. That dragon cost me so much of my time as like trying to beat the dragon. Oh my goodness, that dragon. Oh, it's kind of funny because I remember having so much trouble with the cake or candy princess the first time I played it. And then I played it again on expert mode, and I was like, "Oh, this is so easy." When I beat her, I was like, "Oh, that's it? Oh, okay." Kind of thing. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we did talk about. Oh my goodness, that's so long ago, Iggy. Yeah. But yeah, I love stealth games. I'm not great at stealth games, but that game, oh my goodness. Man, there's this sequence where you climb upon a train and you just have to snipe down or pick off the enemies, and I was like, oh, this feels so good. Like they did such a good job of getting that feeling of sneaking around and taking down the enemies just so well. But yeah. But Cuphead is the bane of my existence right now. I haven't touched it in a while. But yeah. Okay, this is looking not too bad. Souls. Oh, yes. The Souls games. Love the Souls games as well. Very, very good. Let's see. Is there a way I can make the head look like it's dipping down more? Okay. Maybe something like this. I am kind of trying to follow um the first kind of, I guess, approach that I did in the beginning, and then now I am trying to match it with the form and shape of the green one so that the mass stays the same. Yeah. Bloodborne. Yo, Bloodborne. Okay, here's the thing with Souls games though. I feel like after a while I'm like so mentally drained from them. I can't play it. I was like, I love Bloodborne. I think Bloodborne has like the perfect opening level. I think that opening level where in the fire bond, like the bonfire pit, it's so well done. I've never seen a level design where it was like so well like calculated and well designed and well made. But after a while, I was just like, my cousin kept telling me like, "Yo, you should play Dark Souls 1 or Dark Souls 2." And then I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah, sure." And I love Bloodborne, but after a while I was like, you know what? I don't want to get bad at my computer. So, I'm not going to touch it anymore. I'm not going to I'm going to take a break from the Bloodborne games. Oh, changing characters. I did want to like go real deep in with my character design, but I was just like, there's no point. Yeah, we're just gonna cover it with clothing anyways. You know, pointer changing position as he draws. Is it a software or tablet thing? Oh, you mean like on my, like you see it on my screen? Are you saying that for me? Pen tilt. Oh, yeah. I like to draw really really light. So for me, I like sensitivity to be pretty high, and I like to have my brush settings pretty soft. But that's for me. I think for everyone, it kind of just depends on what settings you want, like how you want it to feel. Because I usually draw traditionally, so I like a more softer kind of sensitivity where every mark I make, like even if I press it really, really softly, it should make a mark. Hey, there we go. It's a little bit staying within model, a little bit better. Now I'm gonna tilt it like this. Yeah, it's a little bit better. It's a little elongating, but you know, it's it's fine for now. Since this is just like a blocking to figure out the mass of the object, I'm not gonna worry too much about it not matching the the figure, or like staying consistent for now. Like when I draw the actual character, I might need to like finesse it a little bit more. But yeah, it's really coming together. A breathing and schmoving. Thank you, thank you. I love character design. Yeah, character design is pretty awesome. And let's see. Okay, I think for this one, my character is coming back. So let's retrieve the body. The body is retreating back. Maybe I might tilt the top of it a little bit more. just so that it feels a little bit more dynamic in how it's moving. Maybe I shouldn't go that high up. I think I'm making beforehand. I think I was making it too big, and I think now I'm making it too long. But again, it's just like a small problem. I'm not gonna finesse it too much because it's not the main character. But this is kind of like the tricky part because it's pretty much all perspective based. I'm drawing. I realize I feel like it's less like a pillow and it's more like giant eraser. it's like one ginormous moving eraser. I think it's still getting big, but whatever, it's fine. Quasimodo. It is a little bit like Quasimodo. Giant eraser. Yeah. James Baxter. Oh, hey, whoa, that's some high compliments there, Iggy. No, James Baxter is a legendary man. Can't say that I'm can't say it reminds me. Wait, how did I get the eraser? That's okay. Let's see how it looks. It should look okay, so hey, okay. It's mapping okay. So I think I'm gonna leave it here for this phase, and now I'm gonna start actually drawing the character. Again, I'm still using my own reference to kind of show the structure of like where I think things should be. So yeah. But the motion is there. It's definitely wiggling a lot and flickering. Again, like usual, I'm gonna worry about it later. Okay, this is gonna be character rough pass 01. Don't you just love my naming conventions? The way I name things. Okay, gonna use a blue. Okay, again, not gonna worry about timing and space. Like, I'm not gonna worry about the spacing for the moment, just kind of building out the motion, tracking it. You are late. Don't worry. You've just made it. It's just squash and stretch, exaggerating the principles. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he'll take all your problems. Oh, the giant eraser. Yeah. His brain has a 3D viewer. That's pretty funny. Yeah. Animators, man. Animators like the. I don't know if anybody's ever watched Sleeping Beauty. By today's standards, animation story is a little. The story is a little like but the animation in Sleeping Beauty for Disney's Sleeping Beauty, oh my goodness, that thing is so good. Okay, bye, Iggy. Yeah, have a good stream tomorrow, Iggy. Name them what they are exactly. Yeah. It's just ground. That's funny. Okay, so I think I might change the design of my character because it might be a little bit too complicated to. Gonna make him very grumpy, kind of like the guy from Inside Out. It's just gonna be grumpy guy over here, and then we're gonna put some ears on him, or not ears, these were horns. We'll just put them horns on him. I don't know why I designed the horns this way. I don't know why I did it like this. Maybe it was like the Samurai Jack inspiration, where I'm like Aku, I think that's his name, the villain from Samurai Jack. The nose isn't sitting well with me either. I don't know what nose to give him. We'll Well, maybe we'll just give him slits for the nostril right now. And let's see. Very kind of pointy eyes. He's got very sharp eyes. And then we'll give him like a little bit of tuft of hair over there. Big kind of head. Yeah. Yes, Treasure Planet Atlantis. Oh my goodness. You know, like the first time I hadn't watched Atlantis in so long, and then I decided to watch it because I was like, oh, I wonder how it holds up. And then I saw the animation and I was just like, holy, it is so good. It is insane, like the way they experimented with shapes and their forms and really pushed their animations and everything. It was so cool looking. Man. I do wish they kind of went back to it. It would have been so nice. Okay, I might have made him a bit too big. Oh well, I'll just put the candle like right in front of him, like right here. Okay. Hold up. Can I ask you a question? Yeah, sure. A banner contest. Ah, yes. Oh, jumping the gun there. Yes, Iggy will be announcing who the winner of the banner contest is tomorrow. So if for those who submitted, there was a banner contest, and we had a decent amount of submissions, and we'll be announcing who the winner is. So, yeah. Yeah, Kevin did a great job of getting it all set up and everything. So, yeah, big appreciation for Kevin setting it up, getting it all kind of set up and everything, and getting it going. Yeah. And you guys will be, I'm pretty sure you guys will be able to see who the winner is. I realized I never really considered how this guy's mouth would open. The animation woes, trying to figure out the modeling of a character. How does a character... Okay, so he's probably got a mouth. Probably will move it down. It's like here, maybe. See a little bit of the mouth opening. Something like that. Actually, I'm gonna move him just a little bit forwards. This is kind of funny looking. I'm gonna move him forward just a smidge because he is leaning forwards, and it's the anticipation, so it's the build up to him taking a big breath and everything. We have a banner contest, yeah, which you can join. Don't have one. Oh, nah, that's cool. Yeah. Okay, bye. So you like cats? You saying that about Lynx? Lynx likes cats? I guess that's a pretty good guess. If Lynx likes cats. We want a cat, but apparently I might still be allergic to cats. I don't know. I've heard that you can build a tolerance over time. So I don't know, maybe I'm not allergic to cats anymore. Yeah, we are gonna not... There should be an in-between from this to the big breath, but I'm not gonna go into it too much. This is gonna be where it gets tricky. I think I'm gonna have to not make it that big. The head should be around like here. If I get a little quiet, my bad. The focus it needs for animation is immense. Let's see. I think in my reference, I'm taking a pretty big breath over here. Oh, you know what? I guess the inspiration for this is kind of like Space Jam. Not the new one, but the old Michael Jordan one. The monsters. I think that's what they're called, right? The monsters. Trying to like make the mouth shape to see what he would look like with the big mouth open. Let's see. Chin probably somewhere, let's say around here. Taking a big gasp of air. Trying to make him look happy though. I feel like he just looks shocked, but he should be like happy. So gonna try to make the eyes look not so sad looking. You could get a hypoallergenic. Ah, that's true. Oh wait, but it's only those naked ones, right? Only those Egyptian like naked looking ones, right? I like the cats with the fur though, Kevin. I'm not a huge fan of the naked cats. I don't know. I don't think they're that cute looking. Certain cat breeds don't produce. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. Yeah. Okay. Okay. That's looking not too bad. Okay, this one is the one where he's about to, tilt. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just tilt the head over. Oh wait, actually in my reference, you know what? He's kind of like a grumpy guy. So you know what? He's gonna open his eyes and then he's gonna really like squint his eyes for the for getting the breath in. Balinese. Oh, really? Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, because my dad's allergic to cats too, and my sister was like, "Oh, don't know if we should get cats, because, might be troublesome." And I was like, I don't mind. You can go get cat. But we'll see. Okay, that builds up to the breath, and then we're finally moving forward to here. So you can kind of see why I chose a blocky character design, because then it's a little bit easier to kind of just make these really blocky blocky movements with the head. He has a little bit of a turtle head shape, I realize. But and I haven't, because I just designed this character, I haven't really quite figured out like three-dimensionally. Technically, if you were to purse his lips, and puff of air, like how would that technically look? I don't know. You know, that's kind of what character model sheets are for, but you know, there is no character model sheet for this, so just gonna have to kind of get a feel for it, see how it looks. I think I am making this head bigger as we go. Yeah. Let me see. Just gonna shrink this part because technically the head isn't that big. He closed his mouth. Same thing here. I think I'm gonna have to close his mouth. Let's see. Yeah. He's sneezing out air. That's true, yeah. He still can't draw. Oh no. Are you animating in 2D or is in 3D? I mean, like, I know, like, in 3D, you technically don't have to know how to draw. But I think, like, if you know how to draw, or at least you understand gesture, when it comes to 3D animation, it helps a lot to understand, like, the different forms and poses that you can have when you're animating. Let's see, this is supposed to be when he's at his, like, when he's finally blowing out the candle. But I'm realizing I kind of have to figure out, like, what he looks like at this angle. Also, what do the lips look like for someone who has a huge underbite like this? You know, I'm just gonna kind of not worry about too much. I just kind of want to get the position of the head correct. Maybe something like this. The horns will kind of start coming into a side view. Maybe somewhere here, something like that. Want to eventually do both though. 2D? Oh, you're doing 2D for college? Dang. I thought aren't they pretty stingy though? I thought most colleges kind of demand that you know how to draw if you're gonna do 2D, unless you're it's like a different type of I don't know. Maybe the expectations are a little different. Very difficult angle to figure out. Yeah. Yeah. We'll leave it at that for now. I think I just want the motion of the head to feel like it's moving properly. And then afterwards, gonna... You know what? This is kind of reminding me of, like, the Beast. Like, when the Beast gets angry and he's gotta, like, move. Like, really, like, ooh, you know? I did start tilting the... Maybe it's the position. I'm so happy I don't have the camera on, because right now I am making so many faces. I'm like trying to make this ooh face, and it's seeing like what my... Trying to see how my face looks like when I'm doing this kind of pose. Ooh, you know? Ooh. I'm like getting rougher and rougher as I draw because I'm trying to just capture the movements, trying to just capture how it's moving. Oh, okay, still getting the subject. That's pretty nice. Trying to get an associate in arts. Oh, I wonder what that means. Like, what's an associate in arts? Like, it's like a more of a side program? I'm back. Hello. Hello, random drone. I want to imagine that it's his birthday and he's blowing out cat. That was the goal, you know? But then I was like, oh wait, if I draw that, I've got to draw like a bunch of candles. don't want to draw a bunch of candles. Okay. I like this tilt in the head though. I think it definitely helps with the push. Oh. I really like this though. This really works. I think I might have tilted this too much, so I'm gonna actually redo that one. I'm just gonna draw it. I think I tilted his head too much. Just gonna straighten it first. Kind of a thing. Something like here, maybe. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Okay, let me push the chin out more. Kind of killed the momentum of the face, so gotta put the teeth in front a little bit more. I think it's too much of a 3/4 angle, so I'm gonna change it so that it's starting to turn more into a profile view. I know it looks like a jumble of mess. But I would say I'm trying to just track the overall shape and form of his face. And then see how it goes. Oh, that's okay. Let me see. Just give me a sec. I'm just gonna prolong the sequence. I actually kind of want to see it moving and see if how it goes, but it's kind of going too fast, so I'm just gonna shift everything over. I know this is not the most attractive way of shifting everything over. Yeah, okay, let's see how it plays out. It's okay. It's not too bad, actually. Okay, yeah, I think it's moving. I will have to tweak the lips a little bit. Is that an original character? Yeah, I think so. I didn't copy it from anywhere, but in my mind when I was doing it, I was trying to, you know, pay homage to like Foster's Home for Imaginary Characters, like that kind of aesthetic, I think. Is what I was kind of hopefully aiming for. I think I will move this forward even more because it's not really working, so I am gonna push it out even more. He looks like he has a mustache on. I know, it's not the most flattering look. Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I am on the 8th one. You know what, for this one, I think I might actually turn it into a profile view. And let's see. Or almost profile view. Not a perfect profile view, but close to a profile view. He's blowing air, but air is invisible. You can't see this. Hey, you know what? It's what we're doing. We're sticking with it. Okay, I'll put it there. I don't remember where the teeth remind me of a certain character, but I can't remember what it reminds me of. I feel like some kind of creature, probably in my deep subconscious. It's somewhere there. Is that the that looks sick? Oh, thank you. Hello, Evianon. Yeah, yeah, maybe. I'm not really sure. I am trying to go for more of like that simplistic old school kind of early 2000s animation. Okay, nope, he's turning his head too much. Nah. Means I gotta change this one though. Ugh. That's that's annoying. But we're just gonna keep it 3/4. His lips. Trying to like purse his lips a little bit more. It's like ooh, you know, when he's making this face. It's more like ooh. Oh, he looks like a Rancor. That's what he reminds me of. From Star Wars. that's that's what it is. The teeth remind me of a Rancor. Rancor? Not too sure how to pronounce it, but yeah. Yeah, I was not going for that, but it kind of does look like it. Hey, that's looking pretty good. And then I would say it's pretty much this image. You know, I might... no. I'm gonna tilt the head up a little bit. But a bit further up. So still 3/4. I want it to be 3/4. You were muted. Well, you're here now, so hey. I'm here to tease. I appreciate the tease. Yeah, it's just ooh. It's a Rancor, but if the Rancor could be like ooh. Ooh. Okay. I mean, like, he's got an underbite and two ginormous, like, ogre teeth, so I don't think logistically he'd be able to actually blow, like, air out properly. So, you know, it's... Okay, now I think... I'm looking at my reference, and I think now is when my character does start to go more 3/4. And it starts to ease back into a normal pose. Oh, the face starts stretching. Okay, so gonna have to lower the mouth back down. bring the nose back in. Maybe there's a little bit of like the mouth kind of residual blowing, but head is kind of easing back in. And we're slowly turning more into a 3/4 view. Maybe head is slowly coming back. Get a better rep of it. He's doing his best. Thank you, thank you. I mean, look, this is like a rough pass. We got 15 minutes. It's not bad. I think I should be able to do like. I think I won't be able to do. Okay, originally I wanted him to like come back, but you know, considering this is supposed to be wind, probably should animate the air, the wind, like the actual candle. So we'll call this candle. Not well. Okay, I say candles, but it's really just gonna be candle, just one. Okay. Looks like the candle should put it like here. We'll make it a, you know, very old school looking kind of candle, like dripping. It's kind of just sitting on this thing, I guess. Here's the wick, Mr. Wick. Okay. Yeah. Gonna put it maybe something like that. Give it a little bit of depth, you know. This is the candle. We're not gonna animate the candle because it's just the fire that needs to be blown out. This will be the flame. Okay, so the flame is the one that I do need to animate. We're not gonna go crazy with the flame because, you know, the flame is is gonna be a lot. So we're just gonna draw a simple one. Nothing too crazy, you know. And turn on. Let's see, put. Okay. We're just gonna have it move, maybe a little bit, but again, nothing too crazy. We'll just have it go back and forth. It's just wiggling. And maybe something like that. And then it's here. Oh, he's already blowing it at that point. Okay. Okay, let's see. Flame was another stream. Yeah, you know, don't worry, this is a preview, tiny preview. You see how small that candle is, Kevin? This ain't enough to take up a flame sequence, you know. How to animate simultaneous drawings. Yeah, you guys are getting a 3-for-1 deal right here. How to animate character, blowing wind. Okay, let's see. Where should I put the flame blowing out? You know, I was gonna be ambitious, Kevin. I was gonna animate smoke too. Whew. Smoke, you know. Okay, let's see. Right here. Actually, you know what? Put it here. We'll clear this one. Ooh, it's gonna start blowing over here, and then it's okay right here, and let's just have it be like that. Okay, let's see how it looks. Okay. And then I think the next the next frame, it should just go out. Maybe I will have to animate smoke. It's not gonna be full on smoke though. I think I'm just gonna animate like wisps. So yeah. Maybe something like that. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, you know what? That's not too bad. Let's see. It's a little bit slow, so I might put the frames a bit closer. Yeah. Yeah, let's see what happens if I put it like off. Oh, that's so that's so jarred. I should probably. Okay, I like this one. I'm gonna take this one out and probably put this. Okay, let's just play it. Oof. I'm gonna space it out. Just gonna change the spacing of it because I don't think. Okay. Ooh. Yeah, that's good. You know what? I'll take away this one. Maybe I'll make this a bit shorter. And then I'll make this shorter as well. Because it's supposed to be really, really fast, so like when you blow out a candle, it should be really fast, so. Ooh, okay. Oh, whoops. I forgot to add it actually going off frame. It just lingered there. Okay, let's see. You know what? It's fine. The speed is a bit better, but it does look a little funky. It's fine. I wonder if I could just okay, let's see what happens if I do this. It's just actually that looks better. Okay. It just have it go out immediately. Whoops. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, it's supposed to be very quick. So let's see how that goes. Oh my goodness, I keep forgetting to add a blank frame. Blank frame. Give me blank frame. Okay, yeah. And none of them actually go. Oh, that's true. He can't blow out fire well. That's true. That's a good point. Okay, let me see. Ooh. Ooh. You know, just gonna shift all these over. Yeah, actually, maybe let's delay it. I think that makes a bit more sense. Oh, whoops, my bad. Oh, that's so much better. Okay. Yes. It was the timing with his blowing that wasn't really matching up. Okay. Yeah, I need the sound effects, you know. I gotta make my own sound effects to make it work, you know. Yes. Okay, I want to see what happens if I make this like 1. Okay, that's a lot better. Okay, I'm gonna stick with that. Whew. Hey, okay. Oh my goodness, Evianod, you. the the chaos, the madness of your suggestion. Where's the dirt? Where's the dirt coming from, though? Sound effects, yes. I will do all your oh, what's that? What is that called? The people who do the sound effects. Foley. I will be your Foley guy. You know the people who make like when people walk, they have to mimic the walking sounds. Yes, Foley. Yeah, yeah. You know that job always seemed kind of fun to me, but I was always like, man, that seems like a tough job because you got to time it really, really well. Okay. Now for the hardest part, refining the character. I have uh you know, I'm just still going to call this rough pass cuz let's be honest, it's still going to be pretty rough when I'm working on it. So, we'll keep the blue though. Maybe we'll go for a darker blue so it's easier to tell. Okay. Gonna take away the cube because we don't need the cube anymore. This is the character. Gonna lock that. Yes. Okay. Whew. Foley is awesome. It's such a cool like job. I'm back with you, Kevin. Kevin, I love how you. I love the trust. You're just like true believer right here. It's like, wow, he finished so early. It's like, no, Kevin, we have the toughest job ever when it comes to animation, cleanup. Ugh, every animator's worst nightmare, cleanup. It's like, yes, I'm done the sequence, and then it's like, nah, you gotta, yeah, clean that up now. Uh, okay. Typically, this is a rough pass, and even though I'm like joking around and saying that this is cleanup, but it's really not cleanup because right now I've got the motion. I would say I have the motion down, but I need to refine. Like you can see, like this pose over here. That's not a face. So I gotta really figure out like what's happening in that face over there. The first few faces, like these ones, these are pretty good. Like I have no problems with the way it looks right now. But the later on ones, those ones are gonna be the ones that are gonna be tricky. Mr. Rancor giant over here, blowing out candles. Maybe I won't put that, nah. Well, yeah, we'll put a line over there. I even forgot that I gave him tufts of hair. So, this is so concentrated on, like, making sure the animation or, like, the flow of his motion made sense that I forgot that I gave him hair. Technically gave him hair. That's what AI is for. How dare you bring up AI? AI. What an interesting topic, right? Am I right, guys? AI. It is fascinating. I will say, like, as a tool, yeah, very useful. But what it means for the future, I don't know. It is pretty kind of tricky right now in terms of like how to deal with it. Oh, I've also not figured out how to do his horns. I think I should have went for a more simpler design for his horns. Okay, let's not give it those crazy angles. Let's just go for nice clean swoops. Rancor cousin. Yeah, exactly. Anybody watching the Ahsoka show right now? I haven't watched any of the episodes, but I feel like I'm just gonna wait till it ends and then watch it because I love Clone Wars. Clone Wars was so good. But then I've not watched the new show though. Look at him. Look at this guy. He's basically just a college dude blowing out the candles, you know. There's like a character that didn't make it to Monsters University. He's kind of left behind over here. Why am I making him so sad? Okay, next one. Goes to Monster College. Should I make my life more difficult or let's do it. Why, Kevin? Are you gonna go on a rant about AI? Anything? Oh, you know what? It's interesting. I think there's so many different ways that you can approach AI that would be pretty useful, but I don't know. Right now the ways it's used is a little bit with like a fisheye lens was actually a popular meme. No, I've not seen those. Ahsoka is amazing. Watch it when it ends. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna wait for it to end. So, yeah. Into the Ivy League Monster University. Yeah, where the big boys go. My boy, my son. Gonna make it to the big boy leagues. Okay, let's see. Me. I'm like getting lost between my onion skin and the drawing underneath. Okay. You know, I'm gonna change brushes because this brush is not having it. Okay, let's see. It is the blue one. We are following the blue drawing. Right, I wanted him to be happy. Poor guy just looks sad all the time, you know? So, gotta make him look happy. We want a happy monster. We want happy monsters. Sequential gesture studies. How do I sketch faster for animation? Yeah, still life. It's probably a good start to it. Not still life, gesture drawing, I mean. Also, like, the more comfortable and confident you get in kind of the way you draw, I would say helps. Because the more confident and assured you are in, like, how you draw and understanding how you like to draw, but also, like, your different quirks, I guess you could say, in terms of when it comes to drawing, the more confident you are in placing your strokes, like your line work. Or at least that's how I find it. Like Iggy and Jesse might have a different take on it, or they might have come upon like their drawing capabilities a little bit different. But for me, I find it's like kind of just get loose, you know, be loose, be chill, and kind of just draw a little bit more frequently, and then you'll get more comfortable in how you draw, and then you'll kind of get a feel for what it is that in terms of like how you like to draw, kind of thing. Hope that makes some sense. But yeah. I mean, I would say compared to like Jesse, I'm definitely way slower. I'm very line focused. So Muscle memory is a use. Jesse doesn't animate. No, I mean like in drawing, when Jessie draws, she draws a lot faster, so yeah. You know, I'm just not gonna use the onion skin, but I'm just gonna trace these to make sure. He's taking a big gasp for air. You know. Oh, I guess, you know, a little bit of inspiration from like the ogres or the trolls from Lord of the Rings, you know. With the nose slits, the way the noses are. A little bit of inspiration from that, I guess. She is speed. Too fast. I'm like, how are you drawing that fast? It's it's insane. But you know, I guess it also depends on what you decide to prioritize for yourself. I'm not someone that prioritizes themselves too much on drawing speed. Like, yeah, drawing fast is good, but I'm not like too caught up on it. But I think it also depends on just like what you like to draw and how you want to draw and like how productive maybe you want to be. But speed isn't everything when it comes to drawing. Not to downplay those who can draw really fast, but yeah, it's just a different way of drawing. Okay, let's see how much time we got. 25 minutes. For a moment, I had to take a pause and be like, yes, 25 minutes. that is the amount of time I have left. Okay. Can I show you what I animate over after the stream? Is it cool if I ping you in Discord? Yeah, go ahead. I love to see what the community is doing. I don't always keep an eye on Discord like the way Jesse and Iggy does, but if you guys ping me, I will take the time to take a look at it if you guys want me to look at it. Okay, going for a head dive in. Just gonna make the structure of this a little bit more defined. I don't know why Krita, though, I will say. It has a shortcut for making you automatically choose black as a color. And I'm like, I don't want that. I guess I could take that shortcut off. But yeah, I don't know. Do I know time? What does that mean? What? Let me see. I feel like this actually position of the tooth should probably be maybe angled upwards. Yeah, we got a few drawings left. I'm gonna try to draw them as quickly as I can, but if I can't finish it, I'll finish it or finish cleaning it up off stream and whatnot. But yeah, Evianon. What did you animate? Am I saying it right? Is it Evianon? Evianon? Hopefully, I'm saying it right. Evianon. Oh, Evianon? Evianon? Oh, okay. I see, I see. I feel like the mouth here, you know what? I'm gonna open it up a little bit more. I am taking a little bit of that kind of squishier approach to animation, which is more of a Disney kind of thing, where I feel like they've kind of not that they've dominated it, but they've kind of, I would say, uh, most people kind of associate it with Disney, or I guess DreamWorks as well. Yeah. All right, gotta give him that neck fold. Those neck folds building up. Okay, let's. Yeah, it's looking pretty good actually. Ow, you know, he's like Okay. 20 minutes. I gotta clean up 5 more drawings. And then the next one is one where I don't know what I drew. I don't know what this is supposed to be. Okay, let's see. Okay. I like this angle that I have the head tilted in. I think I made the head a bit too big though. So I'm gonna shrink the head a little bit. Smooshy face. Yeah. Oh my goodness. I joked a little bit. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to think like how the mouth movement would be still. Because he's pursing his lips, but he doesn't have lips necessarily. Why did I design a character who doesn't have lips to be the one blown out candle? Like, why? Why did I do that to myself? Okay, and I think I have to reposition 3/4 angle a bit more. So, ooh. Make my life more difficult, huh? Yeah? Well, what are you gonna do, Kevin? What are you about to put yourself? What kind of situation are you about to put yourself in? I'll try to help you out if you need to. If you need assistance. Are you about to like write an essay? The essay, Kevin's a long essay, everybody. Get ready. It's coming for all of us. Oh, I didn't animate the body though. In my reference, my character is moving forward. But I didn't really quite get to it. Okay. You write an essay, always write an essay, eh? A. You know, people go like, do Canadians actually say A? And I'm like, isn't that just how people talk in general? People say A naturally. We definitely do we? Okay. I mean, I say it every now and then, but I'm kind of wondering, is like, is it a isn't it just a normal people thing? Like, don't people just naturally say A? Exactly, it's a sound confirmation. Why did it become a Canadian thing? It's just a normal human thing, right? Okay. Ooh. Yeah, I'm so happy I don't have a camera on because I'm just making the ooh face, like the like I'm also blowing out candles, just like ooh ooh face. We're special. Or that's just what we tell ourselves. Like, yeah, we're special, guys. We say, hey. Or maybe the horn should be here. Yeah, the horn, the reason why I didn't try to make it too complex is because I will have to adjust it like three-dimensionally in space, and I'm like, that's not something I wanna deal with. So trying to keep it straightforward, nothing too fancy when it comes to the horn. Uh, okay, let's see. My neck is starting to do this, which I think means the shirt should kind of come forward a little bit more. Wait, Kevin, are you gonna say what you were gonna mention? Or are you just leaving me? You're just leaving me hanging in suspense. Like, what were you gonna say? I gotta know now. Or did you say it already? Maybe I missed it. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, let's see how this looks. I only have an iPad. What's the best animation app? Oh, okay. Flip clip. I mean, oh, isn't there Procreate as well? Like you can use Procreate. It's not the best. Oh, true. Well, I mean, they're getting an update, right? That's what everybody is hyped up for. Is the update should make it better, right? But I don't know. This one, I'm gonna just the holding pose, but it goes up a little bit, so. Just gonna push it forward a little bit, but not too much. Really kind of just exaggerate how much he needs to huff in order to get some air going. And because he's got such a big neck, it's actually kind of hard doing the stretch that needs to happen. I'm not gonna draw the shirt every single time, but because I'm realizing I'm kind of just redrawing it over and over. So I might just like change the angles if I need to, but for the most part, I think I'm just gonna leave the shirt as is. Oh, I changed the angle of the horn, so I gotta kind of keep that consistent. This is part of the animation process where it's really just kind of, it's not the most exciting because it's literally just going like, do I need to adjust that? Yeah, I should adjust that. It's kind of monotonous. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, let's turn off. Oh, let's turn off the rough. Let's see how it goes. Oh, that's a lot better. I mean, at least I can track what the face is doing now. Don't forget the spit. You know what? Evie, you can put the spit in yourself. That's too much. Okay, maybe later if we have time. I mean, we're kind of 10 minutes to go, but yeah. You don't need a trademark at all. Business? Are you registering a business? Who's registering a business? Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Let's see, what pose is this? Literally just extending the face out even more. Okay. I'm gonna try to just draw this out really fast. Just doing the ooh, and then I'm gonna do the closing statement soon, because we are almost at the end. Oh, I see. The business side of things. Eh? I just did it again. I said A. The business side of things, eh? Ooh. Ooh, what you say? And then get copyright strike for saying just, ooh, what you say? Let's see, where are the horns? You know what? I guess they would be over here. And yeah, I guess they would be around here too. I'm not gonna curve them out too much though, because I think that makes it too complicated. Okay, let's see. Oh, we got one last one to go. Ooh. We're almost there, guys. Oh my goodness. Okay, why do we have to end it on this one? This pause, I don't know what this... what was I going for here? I guess maybe it's just a holding pose. Oh, it's I think this was like he's no longer he's out of air, I think. Okay. I think this is good. I think we're pretty much there. Kind of made him a bit more realistic down the line, I think. Let's see. Horns. Yeah, I think horns would just stay pretty much. Maybe they shift over a little bit, but Okay, let's see. Where are we on time? Wow, 5 minutes to go. Okay, I know it's not the most completed one, but I would say that's not too bad considering gave myself a little bit of a complex sequence. He was jittering at the end, but you know. Maybe we'll just take out this pose. We don't need this pose. We just need this one. That's all we need. It's tedious but fun. Yeah, animation is a lot of work. Yeah. Claymation. Claymation blows my mind, honestly. It is insane how much work goes into claymation. You know what? I'll just quickly add the shirt in. Just so that we have the cuff at least. Okay, there we go. I think call it here. It's okay, it's not too bad. I would say that like the majority of the animation is there, but yeah. Whoa, Kevin. Oh, that's some big promises. Ooh. Okay, I guess I'll just keep this running. Maybe I'll lower this so no. And then I can make this a bit bigger. And I'll keep it running on screen just for a little bit so you guys can see it. But we are pretty much coming to the end of our animation sequence, and thank you everybody for joining us. It was really awesome to kind of chat with all of you while I animated this character, blowing out a candle. So if you guys did kind of weren't sure what we were doing, we started off actually, yeah, maybe let's see if I can show what it looked like beforehand. It's actually kind of crazy how many steps we went through. Let's see. No, that's that was the design of the character. Let's see what we got here. We started off with a bag, and just to get the motion going, and then we got to a cleanup of the bag so that the shape was kind of more consistent and the motion was more cleaned up. And I was like, okay, I like how it's kind of weaving, got the timing. And then we did a rough pass of our character, which not too bad. And then we finally ended off with this one, which is a little bit more cleaned up, but definitely could use a little bit more work afterwards. But I would say, considering with 2 hours doing the whole thing from scratch, not too bad. Animation looks great. Thank you. You actually figured out how the crazy face was meant to look. Yep, it was all thanks to you, Kevin, and your support. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, I ended up figuring it out, which is nice. Yeah, so thank you everyone for joining us. Just gonna have a few closing statements. So tomorrow it's going to be Iggy, and I believe he will be drawing different flowers and showing different or showing ways to render different types of flowers. So that's going to be really cool. Keep an eye out for that. That will be streaming at 3 p.m. just like how it is today, but tomorrow, obviously. And because it is the beginning of a new month, there won't be any monthly challenge submission features, but instead Iggy will be announcing who is the winner of the banner contest. So you guys will get to see the final one that we've picked and decided to use to represent the our community for, I guess, the foreseeable future, unless we do another competition down the road. And yeah, I think that's about it. Just again, as a reminder, we are not just a YouTube channel, we are also an online school. So if you ever want to improve your art skills, like learn animation or get better at drawing and painting skills, or learn how to draw digitally, or draw cartoon and anime characters. We have a bunch of different types of classes with me, Jesse, and Iggy, where we teach a kind of different selection of classes. I specialize more in animation and drawing and painting, whereas I think Jesse is illustration and digital illustration, and Iggy is more on the cartooning and anime side of things. So if any of those classes sound interesting to you, definitely go check them out on our website, as there are still spaces open for our classes, and it would be great to get to teach you, since live classes are great in getting feedback, and is a much better way to improve than just kind of watching videos and trying to figure it out on your own. Getting feedback from us is definitely a much easier way to know what you can work on and things to improve on. And if you enjoyed our stream, definitely drop a like and subscribe. This is a good way of getting notified about our videos, as well as upcoming streams, just like Iggy's tomorrow. And if you would like to support us, we do have Patreon, and if you do support us, it comes with many different types of perks, just like members only chat critiques, emotes, sub badges, files for the actual pieces that we work on, whether it might be the animation ones or the painting pieces that Jesse and Iggy work on, as well as monthly live class recordings. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, definitely check out our Patreon. And as usual, we also have social media, just like Discord, Facebook, and Instagram. We make announcements there, but we also post a lot of our finished drawings from stream onto social media. So if you want to take a look at all the finished pieces and see them in clearer detail, those are definitely the places to check them out. So yeah, that's kind of it. Thank you everyone for joining us. It was great having all of you here watching me as I animate this Rancor ogre blowout a candle. And yeah, bye. Hope you guys have a good weekend, and enjoy the rest of the week. Bye bye everyone.